in other states and country who need to hear, Tommy's intro. So before I read this poem in praise of Tommy, or inspired by Tommy, I met Tommy back in, the good old days, 2007. Summer 2007. I used to work at the Commodore Grocery, the old Commodore Grocery in 2007, and Tommy came in asking for Pall Mall Red 100s. And that's what he smoked, and at the time, that's what I smoked. And there, a lifelong bond was made. And the first few times he came in, it was just that. I didn't know. I just thought he was some kind of, asshole like everybody else. I mean, everybody else was a stupid motherfucker coming into the Commodore Grocery, and I didn't know he was a poet. And then one day he said that he hosted a reading called Tony's Tavern every week. And it was on a day that I had off, and I hadn't really done any readings until since Dan's reading in 2001. And I thought, yeah, I'm gonna go. And I went. And Tommy was so encouraging, and the rest became history for the reading and all of us, especially for me. And it keeps going, We're still here. It's not Tony's Tavern anymore, it's the Wildwood Saloon. This is for Tommy. My friends, experts say it's okay that Dr. Fauci jacks off into a mask while wearing one. He needs Viagra for this, and so do I. Who can blame us? No one. Life has changed. Anyway, happy Monday. Do your best. I'm not enlightened yet. It's okay that in a previous incarnation I was impaled by Dracula. It was a learning experience. It really was. Isn't that nice? Meanwhile, I pass my days buying artificial urine from gas stations because a poet can't help where the mind goes. Good thing I already have a wife. Moreover, because my wife, myself, the dog, the cat are very old, we all make out at bedtime. You never know. At age 30, when my first wife left me while saying, "Live long and suffer," I have, baby, I have. I was so spiritually destroyed that I figured the only thing to save me was to be very, very nice to everybody in case I had to beg for money. In 2001, I moved to Portland before it became a woke shithole. Since then, whenever suicide crosses my mind, I just think what a terrible loss for the world if my wild and precious mind went away. That's the only thought that keeps me here. Pre-election 2016, I wrote this. Brenda has named the 3 pigeons in the courtyard Hillary, Donnie, and Bernie. Which are which, I say? Hillary and Donnie are the pair bonded in love and hatred. And Bernie? He's the pigeon they ignore. You're assumed to be both infected and racist until it suits us to let you off the hook, the system says. It's with great sadness that I overheard a friend of a cousin of an uncle call our great mayor, Ted Wheeler, a pussy. Can you believe that? A pussy! Backlit magnificence of moon settling in the sumac tree. I'm in my beer, you in me. Rest, my friends, the answers are coming. My career of managing crowds has allowed me to bear witness to the hideous multiplicity of human faces and forms, the grotesque uniqueness of the species, our bizarre hair which must be cut, our fragile, non-adaptive human feet, our comical, flimsy nakedness, the helplessness of our juveniles. One conclusion and one conclusion only shouts at me nightly as I deal with this unnatural menagerie. Not only are we not primates, we're simply not indigenous. Then what are we? The 10-year-old says. Sick entertainment machines, I say. For whom? She says. For every sentient thing in the universe that gets off on tragedy. Oh no, she said. The universe is that sick? Afraid so. We spontaneously generated from the universe's sick need to laugh at train wrecks and watch helpless things feel and flail. I don't like this line of thought, she says. Neither do I said. Neither do I. In summer 2020, I wrote this. Sissy the cat's just lounging around, licking herself like some bum on extended unemployment like me. Day after day, standing guard against the walking dead with my iced tea vodka and my garden implements. Attack my wife, you lose an eye, motherfucker, I said more than once. The Golden Penetrators in the Wood is my new band name. Abomination Blood Type is my other new band name. Saw hominid alien hybrid in mirror today and said to self, that's okay. That's okay. I have to start somewhere. We've had our eyes on you for quite some time now, Mike G. Apparently you've been leading 2 lives. In one life, you are a tax-paying usher with an exemplary work ethic and a friendly, even inspiring personality. In the other life, you rail against the system's phoniness, calling constant attention to the inhuman monsters behind the curtain. One of these lives has a future, Mike G. The other does not. Meanwhile, for the first time in history, humans were so stupid they needed GPS to find their way around their own town. Couldn't find their own ass without the right app. Consequently, I'd like to be taken to a place where they stick a needle in my ass every day, leaving me with a stupid smile on my face. Putting all my eggs in the poetry basket was a grave mistake. How dare you suggest that a progressive can be a fascist? The progressive fascist says. We're all watching Netflix to see what's going to happen in the bullshit clown world next. In January 2020, we watched a nice film called Virus. Consider this. Illuminati Jamie Lee Curtis and Illuminati Billy Baldwin both star in Virus. Whipping up, motherfuckers! Portlandia is a violent woke shithole. Meanwhile, very soon, if you say something wrong, you won't be able to access food with your coming soon quantum tattoo. At Walmart just yesterday, someone said, let's declare another needless emergency. Monkeypox is an obvious fucking psyop, and ain't no planes evaporated, no buildings. 7-Eleven, A Space Odyssey was an alien beam technology job. That or the dolphins, aquatic and in control. Meanwhile, too busy doing my own research to develop cannabis habit, the 10-year-old says. In 2014, I wrote this. I understand now that it's too late to change, that my condemnation to the poet's life arose out of my visceral reaction of horror to my confrontation with the bleak, meaningless economic adult world. And in my mind, heart, soul, screaming no to that world, I understand that I couldn't have reacted otherwise. Other humans somehow can. I don't know how they do it. The argument that that's the way it is seems idiotic and still does, as does the fear of poverty argument. No other animal tries so hard to be what it is not. I'm just an animal trying to be what I am. This early refusal blocks me from contentment in what is, and it's out of this blockage that I write everything. It's given me a fascinating, meaningful life and an unconquerable sense of authentic self. It's a Pyrrhic victory, a tragic triumph, but it's real. There's some hard-won validation and lonely humor, and the periodic experience of inspiring that sustains me. I don't know what to say, the 10-year-old says. I'm not qualified to judge such a wonderful, miserable life. Now, it's 2022. If one of us lay dying, it'll be okay as physical desire fades away and love becomes a final play of tenderness. Finally, if I were a Mormon, I'd ring your doorbell and sing, hello, my name is Elder Mike G. Thank you for listening. Well,